Welcome to our attached garage walls series. This is episode 3. We're getting our grade studs marked out, ready to go to get these garage walls level and perfect. First step that you're going to take is you're going to take a straight, perfect 2x4 and lean it up against your 2x6 wall with your bottom on your green plate. And you'll see right here, my dad got a mark and we cut it. It's flush, perfect with that 2x6, because you're going to end up with two 2x4 top plates on top of it. So you want to go with the grade stud. And then you're going to take and shoot that thing flush with the outside, the exterior of that stud. It's key here to make sure that everything is flush with that outside. But more important than that, that the top of the stud is flush with that stud that's on the house part of the wall. That 2x6 stud that's part of the house, because that should be perfectly flat with the way that we built it. Now we've got to get heights on these. We just put this stud in just like the last one. We set up our laser level. Once your laser level is perfect, you're going to mark that stud. Just mark it wherever. Your laser level could be high, it could be low, it doesn't matter. Mark it. And then don't move that thing again until you're done marking out all these exterior studs.
You're
going to get a length on it.
Either way, we got that mark squared.
You're going to get a length on this side, you're going to get a length on that other side. And that's what your length is going to be. If they're a little bit different, split that length in half.
Well, get it as level as we can with our eyes.
Now you'll be able to see what we do now that we've got a length. I think it was 74 inches or something.
Where I need to be.
We're going to set these studs up that go on the outside of the house.
And he's going to mark this board.
We're going to make sure that they're level as we can with our eyes. We're going to mark where that laser hits so we know the exact height, because our concrete's not going to be perfect. So our concrete could be down a ½ inch. It could, hopefully not a ½ inch, but even a 1/16 inch. We want the top of this house to be perfect.
Okay.
So that's how we mark that. He marks it with the laser level. We pull it through the tape to whatever it was, 74, something like that.
Yeah.
Getting that mark needs to be perfect.
Yeah, I got you.
Now that'll be your cut mark.
So we're going to cut this right here. That'll be our height.
The reason we do it this way, because this takes into account that if your concrete's not perfectly flat, that the top of your house will be flat. We have to do this with the garage because we can't lift and lower the green plate after we put it in. We didn't have to do it with the interior walls of the house because we made sure that floor was perfect and we ground that concrete down to where it was flat. Here we can't do, well, we could, I guess, but it's not ideal. It's better and quicker and faster to do it this way, and it takes care of the job, and it's just as good. So we got that one marked with the laser.
Okay, I'm going to get it again. 74 and a 16th.
He's holding me on that point. I go to my 74-inch mark there. Whether he's burning me an inch or not, I don't know at the moment. Probably burnt me an inch. You can get more accurate that way. We're going to cut those studs. Okay, he's going to toenail these in. Now we didn't do the studs at the front of the garage. Instead, we did the side of the garage stud and the other side of the garage stud. The reason that we did this is because we're going to build those walls first. So whatever you choose for your grade studs, it's going to be the walls that you build first. Also, another note on grade studs is you want to use the most perfect studs that you have, especially no twist, no crown, no bow, nothing. They got to be perfect.
Gotta go your way, Tad.
We're going to level these up with some supports. You're going to want to have your supports on the outside of the house. We're going to shoot right into the green plate right here. Now this side, we usually end up having to hammer drill a hole into the concrete, but we decided to be smart and just leave our forms that we had when we put our concrete together on so that we could shoot into them. The goal here is to have your stud
Right there.
perfectly level, so when you go to get marks for the rest of your studs, they're going to be perfect. He ends up toenailing these in when he's toenailing towards the outside because he doesn't want his gun to shoot through and split his wood up. You have a lot more control when you're hand driving these 8-penny nails in. We did use 8-penny nails for all of the bottom of these studs.
Hopefully we reach there.
We use smooth shank when we're hand driving them. For shooting them, we use ring shank. Another thing to take note here is we're putting only one nail into these braces, top and bottom, because they're literally going to be sitting there for one day until we get this thing put together. This can be sitting there a little bit longer. Maybe a 1/16 penny nail will be a little bit better, but you don't really need to do much more than that. These things will hold up. Well, awesome. Okay, so that's our grade studs. Grade studs are the most important studs that you're going to do starting out your garage. It's going to change the way that the rest of it goes. If you do this wrong, you're going to have a crappy time with all your parts putting this together.
Okay, we got that one up. For this wall, we're going to do this wall first. Or vice versa, or that wall. So now we can set up our string and get all of our studs marked out.